Thank you, Peter. Thank you for having me. And my name is Liosatos, Managing Director of Traffic Technologies. And for over 15 years, the company's been a leader in hardware and software solutions for road authorities across Australia, New Zealand, and abroad. In recent times, smart cities and IoT have come of age, and the company has now expanded into this position, and especially with end-to-end traffic management systems across a number of key industry sectors. And these key industry sectors are associated with road authorities, power companies, and councils. And this actually makes us quite unique in nature. So as you can see here, with over 600,000 devices deployed on 31,000 intersections across 23 countries, and in particular, UK, Qatar, Hong Kong, Singapore, and China. And more importantly is the 6.5 million data points that we have in providing the required information to decision makers so they can make informed decisions on our road network. The way we go to market, of course, is through the market requirements of our customers. That either leads to an R&D position or a straight manufacturing position. Either way, both roads lead to delivering on IoT devices, and this is where the true value lies. It's extremely important to understand here that with analysing of this data, our customer base of councils, road authorities, and power companies can make informed decisions. That's a crucial part of information there. Some of our key customers here, as you can see, are all the road authorities across Australia, the 537 councils across Australia as well, along with the road authorities overseas of Transport for London, Highways Department Hong Kong, Land Transport Authority in Singapore and Qatar, and along with the 70% of the power companies that we're dealing with across Australia. Now, the key here is, of course, big data, and this is the future. Big data is required to drive decision makers and to drive technology through sensors. And the way we work is through our 4 trigger points. We capture the data, we process the data, we analyze the data, and more importantly, we bring the data to a visualizing position so people can make informed decisions, not only the people who run the road systems, but also the road users themselves. And this is all done through hardware and devices. Now, what's important for a company like us is that there's a huge infrastructure boom across this country, along with, of course, infrastructure boom is urbanization, and that's what's causing and driving everything here. As you can see here, there's an enormous addressable market to be had, and companies like ourselves are capturing this information, and we need to create value by creating new revenue streams through this addressable market. And this is done so we can provide, through IoT devices, provide information for them so they can actually reduce operational costs, reduce environmental impact, and drive safer efficiencies. And this is key here, because I can't stress enough the importance of everything we do as commuters on the roads today is soon or will be connected to a device to provide these outcomes of reducing operational costs, reducing environmental impact, and more importantly, driving safety initiatives. What you see here quickly, I'll just run through how we go to market. Here is what you see from left of screen. I'll start is where we supply a device. In this particular case, it's an LED street light. That's our hardware, which is already smart city ready. We'll move to the middle of the screen, which is what we call our stage 2 position, where the hardware's already been deployed. Now we add the software and the sensors. Now, these are just typically some sensors that we do have out there, with vehicle, people, or environmental sensors. From there, we move into stage 3, and this is where the company is exploding into, which is software as a service, where we can provide the complete data analysis and a fully managed system. The company has come from a hardcore manufacturing background, to today being a hardware and software provider, delivering on the requirements for our customers of road, council, and power. Now, the business continues to evolve, and it has for quite a few years, but in aligning the company with the smart city profile, we're able to move now into the initiatives provided by software as a service to our customers. Now, this is key, because with this, our customers can actually reduce the costs in maintaining their infrastructure by providing software as a service. And for us as a company, provides us better margins and accounts for greater capital efficiencies. The advantages of a company like us is that we are aligning ourselves to all these smart city initiatives across our customer sectors of road authorities, the 537 councils across Australia and power companies, all driven through our hardware and software, which is all pre-approved. And this is a key fundamental point. Everything we do in dealing with these three sectors, your product must be, or service must be pre-approved. And that's critical. And of course, being able to deliver the outcomes and services to these three key sectors is a huge goal for us. Last financial year, as you can see here, it was quite an exciting year for us, with growth of 80% in revenue and 120% in EBIT. This has all been driven by a strong order book and a strong recurring revenue position of over 40%. We see this still continuing, and we've started the year very strongly with a strong order book, and of recent times, all the announcements I've made certainly over the past couple of weeks. On the capital management front, we completed in early November a placement for just over $2 million, and now we're in the middle of a rights issue for just over $10 million we're trying to secure, and that's going to go to reduce our debt up to $10.5 million. Now, the key part here is that by doing so, reducing that debt, we get to save up to $1.7 million, which drops to the bottom line. Now, as I mentioned earlier, our recurring revenue is strong, way over 40%, and this has been growing year upon year, which has been one of our key initiatives going forward. More importantly is that these revenue growth and recurring revenue has come from the three sectors. It's not isolated to one, it's equally across, not at once equally, but certainly across the three sectors, which is a key driver for us. And of course, moving the case the company evolves into the software as a service, we expect further growth in this recurring revenue path. The company's objectives are aligned totally with the enormous smart city and IoT explosion that is occurring worldwide. And our programs are aligned totally with the industry programs, and we see this continuing. And more importantly, it's actually, we're aligning in the smart city profile. We are aligning ourselves in the environmental and financial impact in reducing these and increasing the public safety, along with industry principles. As a company, we are well poised with our strong order book from FY22, and as I've announced of the last 3-4 announcement, the order book is strong and continues to grow, and especially on that recurring revenue stream. We have a strong tailwinds coming in of aligning ourselves with infrastructure booms and urbanization, and the pipeline of acquisitions that we have targeted, which will align with our principles, quite accretive, which we're looking forward to them. And one of our key objectives is also to consolidate our manufacturing. We are one of the last companies manufacturing here in this country from start to finish, and that's growing for us. So we will be consolidating all in one path. And of course, the added bonus of repayment of the legacy debt facilities that we have will deliver up to $1.7 million to the bottom line. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and back over to you.